Okay, I got my camera on my 351 for a camera stand. Apparently I'm going to have to invest in some equipment other than Haro parts and tools. This I sought after greatly when I was a kid, this bike. Just kind of reflecting here for a second. And I got this for Christmas. Not this exact one, but one like it. I opened it, played with it. I daydreamed about this bike, and so when I put one together, that's the bike that I was building. Now we have here is a almost all NOS parts. Almost everything is, I think actually I take that back, everything is 2000, even the frame. I got a lot of flack in this in the beginning. I call this the warped head tube because what I did was I found a frame for $20. It was a 540, and so I built all of this to make it look like a pro frame. And then we painted it. I figured out what the white was, and figured out that was kind of the road I was heading down, was trying to figure out what parts went exactly to this bike and how it came new, and then but with my twist on it to look like my finger bike. Obviously it doesn't have the flare bars like the finger bikes have, but I mean that's a given. And in searching the paint code, working at a body shop, it was very beneficial to what I was doing, but I couldn't find a paint code. I couldn't really find a good detailed list of what exact parts were on there. I couldn't find any build videos on this bike whatsoever. And there's pretty much every bike in the world out there has some sort of a build video. So I got onto the Mirra groups, and I met a lot of the people that are probably watching this on there, and then they had parts and information, and I just started cataloging this stuff in my brain. And then it just kind of kept dawning on me that there needs to be some sort of video on maybe giving a link so that you guys can get the same paint code that I use, because we use a scanner and scanned it. And then from the best of the knowledge from what I had for frame wise, underneath the decal buffed was what I ended up scanning and using to tracking down parts and outlets for you guys to find parts and find better deals, to where like you're not paying $500 for a sprocket. Like, I get it, they don't make it anymore. Parts went out the roof. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the part is worth. That's what people are paying. A people paying price versus what the part's worth price are always a little off, especially with these bikes. I'm sure other bikes as well, like 87 GTs and things like that. This sprocket isn't worth $500. Yes, there are people who are getting it, and yes, there are people who are spending that kind of money. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what that part is worth. And then you can wait, and then some people just will give you a better deal, or they got a good deal on it, and then they just made a little bit of money or broke even and helped you out. So patience is a virtue. So I was going to kind of go over this bike. I went with the black fork. It's a mega fork, not the straight shooter. The mega fork is a chromoly fork, and then it has this cutout for your peg, where the straight shooter does not. It has the 990 mounts. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Pork Chop and Albies puts out the Humbre brake. They still make them. And I don't know if that's necessarily because they came out with a tribute bike in 2016 and they started reproducing them. Nonetheless, you can still get the same style brake. These are the Humbres. You can get the 990 AD. You can get the 996 that has the stud that comes out that bolts from the side. That's like the 99 style, 98 style. This is a regular big block stem on 2000s. This is actually a recent learn to me. They didn't have the Pro stem where it had the CNC notched out gyro tab that stamped USA on the front plate and the top. And they also mimicked one in like 2002 that was all Taiwan. Found some NOS grips. I'm not going to really name drop yet, unless I know kind of, if they're okay with name dropping stuff, so not getting bartered parts. These Haro end caps, I'll give you guys close-ups too here in a minute, towards the end. I refurbished, handlebars refurbished, forks refurbished, painted the frame, NOS lower mega cut. I was looking for the tank at the time, the tank headset, A headset, couldn't find it. So I went with the Haro stainless brushed lower Mega Cup. It's called Tech 99s. Yes, Dave Mirra rode Tech 77s. I like the better look of the 10 or the Tech 99s. Again, I built this as the bike that I wanted when I was, I believe I was 12 or 13 at the time. The Hardcore SST NOS found on eBay. The Hardcore, the Flatland, the Provert are all different lengths. And so the Hardcore is the one that matched perfectly, and then I ran my front brake, which I just ended up using the Odyssey gyro cable. The decals, these were actually Taiwan. I waited like a month, and I just got them just so I can get them. I didn't really know at the time. I knew they weren't going to be the best quality in the world. I could tell from the pictures the head badge was really just hideous. So I ordered a bunch of NOS head badges ahead of time. Tracked down an NOS mirror seat. I refurbished the seat post. This is the seat clamp that came with the frame. I buffed it. Haro Fusion pegs I got in a trade. This is actually a refurbished Mega Nuke. I got that for $60 off eBay. It was hammered. Absolutely hammered. NOS big block pedals with the removable studs. 99, 2000, Y2K style. Actual Haro branded Fusion style pegs with the ribs. Haro Heifer Pros NOS. Tracked down some pretty much mint white walls. NOS are kind of hard to find. The K1 chain. I just like the look of the K1 chain. It's real beefy and everything. You can still get those as well. I want to say Dance Comp. Ordered like 3 of those. Humbre brake in the back. SST lower gyro. NOS. So the whole cable system is. It's got this one has the mega hubs. So I'm going to swap these hubs out with LSD hubs. The black hubs. That's what I really want. And then these are going to go on my bike stand bike, because those hubs need to go on here. In a nutshell, that's kind of it. The bolts I've had to refurbish because I couldn't find the exact bolts, so I buffed them and sent some stuff off to get chromed and things like that. But yeah, it all stemmed off my finger bike, and I'll give you a close-up. I'll also show you my bike or my camera stand and why I need more equipment. Here's my camera stand. Here is the stem I was talking about, though, the USA stem. It's a late 2000s option, came stock on 2001. But let's do a little close up. That's kind of filthy, sorry about that. The Taiwan decals, refurbished. I ended up taping that off and repainting it black and re-clearing it. So that's actually the original logo, though. Oh well, it's still the Humbre style, but I thought these ones said Humbre on them. And that's pretty much it. Peace.